Global Warriors. It is I. No, it is Kevin Anytime and Jackie. And Jackie.
You leave me be, I'm a loner, don't deserve someone to hold her. Yeah, I told you these things when you came around.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. John is Coachjv is actually in a session right now, so he's about to train some of the Warriors, but he's taking off and he is going to be out of town for the next 2 days, so you may or may not see him, but it is us, and we, John approved. We wanted to bring in some female energy, so that is why Jackie is here for you guys, and we truly appreciate it because I don't know, because women are a different species. I'm gonna just go off of that. Women are a totally different species, okay? Because first of all, they carry humans inside of them, and men do not have that capability. So that to me,
we rule.
That to me means that there is a difference there. Now we are humans, but to me that is a stark difference. And to be able to cultivate and groom a human for 9 months takes a different type of strength. And I really think that we just should just take some time to just kind of look at that, because there's this weird battle out there with I don't know if it's really huge or not, but I know there's like feminists out there, and it's weird, and the equality and stuff like that, and I get it. We want to be equal and we want to be unified, but I mean, let's really think about that, because I think we're unified but separate, because that, again, it's a different type of strength. That's a strength that we actually, as guys, we would never know. We won't understand it because we just don't have that capability. So it's like, I mean, and the different cycles that they go through, that's different strength that they have to go through that we just totally don't understand at all. So it's like, I mean, as guys sometimes it's like, hey, stop being a wuss or blah blah blah, and it's like we don't even know we really have no idea what a wuss is anyway, because we only know that based off of our living experience, right? Growing up as guys, it's like we fall down, we scrape our knees, and it's like, don't cry, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that's totally okay. It's like, oh God, my knee. It's like, let it out. It's okay. It's all right to let that out. But I really just wanted to bring light to that, because like John always says, one day I was sitting there and I was like, what is going on? I realized, I was like, okay, the womb and all of that whole process, when I was thinking about the process and the fertilization, I was like, dude, it's like a portal. It literally is like a portal. It literally is. It's like a portal, and all of a sudden, this magical process, and then a human is formed. Like, just this mind blowing. One day I was really tripping out. I probably was high, but still, I was tripping out. I was thinking, I was like, this is really tripped out. Like, I will never understand that process ever in my life. So I just wanted to bring some awareness that women are strong in their own right. They're strong in their own right, and so are guys. Guys are strong in their own right, and I think we are unified but yet separate. It's like we're all humans, but we're still different in the different aspects that we have. I'm just being honest, man. Y'all know how I get. I'm straight up on here, because I mean, I quit because Jackie challenged me, and she made me feel a little awkward. Like, it's a bandit. So I was like, dude, don't challenge me on anything. I cut it off like, yeah. I was like, what, smoking? I don't need that. Yeah, no. But anyway, sorry, don't mean to get off topic. That's how I get. But yeah, female energy is needed, because I just wanted to kind of just bring that in here, because female energy is absolutely needed. Without women, we would not be here. Period. So it's a unified, it's a congruent cycle, like, of life. Like, guys need to be here, women need to be here as well. So instead of that whole like, oh, we need to be equal, blah, 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 and feminism, or I don't know. It's just like, let's just appreciate each other's great strengths and great qualities and just leave it at that. Like, it doesn't have to be this comparison or anything like that. I just never was for that. I just always appreciated women in general. Like, I love female energy. I like being around females because it's different to me. It's different. It's just, I like to hang out with them more than I like to hang out with guys because it's a different perspective. It's a whole different mindset because we will never, ever, ever go through their experience in life, no matter what. No matter what. So I don't care all the extras and all of that stuff. We can change whatever we want to try to change, but we will never ever fully go through a woman's experience. So just some thought for today for everyone out there, whoever's watching. And yeah, I'll pass it over to Jackie.
I feel pretty passionately about this topic. Because, I mean, I have a pretty traditional view as far as like the roles of men and women, but I'm pretty conservative as it is. But I just feel so strongly that there are two very distinct roles between a man and a woman, and our society nowadays, I do feel like this is a big issue with our society nowadays because of like the whole feminist movement and, you know, women kind of trying to play a more dominant role in showing strength and things like that. But the thing that I'm starting to, I don't know, I'm starting to think more about is like where did it even start that our roles, that our nature as women, where that started to appear weak? Like where a loving role started to appear weak, where you know, a caring, nurturing, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah. Nurturing, caring, loving, kind of no, I don't want to use that word. I'm going to avoid that word because I know it might have a negative connotation. But where those values started to appear weak to where we needed to be more strong, more manly, more dominant, more, you know, because in my opinion, those characteristics are hard to obtain. You know, whereas, you know, you can be someone who's very like outwardly like, I'm losing my words here, but like very loud and outspoken and things like that, versus someone who's meek and keeps their opinion to themselves and knows when to insert, you know, their, you know, those of the two. I think that that's more difficult to obtain. Someone who's nurturing versus someone who's not, who, you know, who has to prove their strength. You know, I think the other is a stronger characteristic, but they're distinct. But here's the thing: we already have men. You know, we already have that strong provider, those qualities in men. You know, so if women are trying to become that, there's no balance. There's no cycle, like Kevin was saying. It's gone. I think for a race to exist, or a people to be whole and unified, we have to have the two. And I think it's a lot more uncommon to find those types of women that have those characteristics of being nurturing, of being loving, of being meek, of being humble, than it is nowadays to find the ones that aren't. And that doesn't mean that you're not strong. And that doesn't mean that you're not, you know, that you're not someone who's going to be able to, you know, take on life the way it comes. Like, I think you'll be able to do it even more with those types of qualities. And I I don't know. I feel very strongly about that because previously I did have that opinion when I was younger of like, no, I gotta be stronger. I gotta be more tough. Like, I don't like, you're acting like a girl, you know, like that phrase, don't be a girl, you know, stuff like that. But like, no, like women have very strong attributes, and they are just as equally equipped as men's attributes, and we need both to be able to thrive. So be a strong woman. Don't not be a strong.
Right. Wow. That's interesting because yeah. That is very, very interesting. That is very interesting because I have the guy complex at times. I don't know. I try to balance it, but I have the guy complex at times where I'm like, challenges, and I'm all crazy. But yeah, it's interesting, man, because I really try to scale that down as much as possible to be, you know, meek. And I think there is a balance with both genders though. Like there has to be a equal, like, okay, you know, be that, you know, take on the world and aggressive and like challenge and be that, but then also you know, knowing to chill out and sit back and just be like, okay, and be kind of nurturing. And I don't know, I'm kind of like Jay. Well, I'm an extremist with stuff sometimes. So like when I get the nurturing, I'm like all into the, oh yeah, it feels so nice, and I'm like, yeah, cuddles, you know. And then I lose all of the other stuff. I'm like, no, child, I don't want to. I just want to lay here in the bed and yeah. But other than that, like, or like now, like, cause I'm solo, so I'm like, hey, where the challenge at? I'm ready to, come on, let's go. But so I think that right now I'm just trying to find that balance. Like, okay, just kind of even it out, Kev, even it out, and just, you know, when it's needed. Because my nephews had a fight the other day. I was freaking pounding upstairs. I'm like, what is going on up there? It sounded like World War III. I go upstairs, they're literally choking each other. I'm like, guys, calm down. I'm like, chill out, man. And one of my nephews, who I think is more like me because they're my brother's kids. One is more like me, one is more like my brother, and my brother is very, very reserved now. He didn't used to be, but now he's very, very, very reserved now. And the other one is more like me, who started to like realize like, oh, I can really take on challenges. And he's like tears for you, man. Like, I'm like, dude, calm down, man. That is not cool. I'm like, only use that when it's needed. You guys are brothers, like, unless you guys are sparring to like try and help, you know what I mean? But don't be like that aggressive toward each other. Because I used to have that towards my brother, because he never let me win at stuff, and I used to really, that's where that was built into me. So I still have to work with that. But I think it is. I think it's a really even flow and a really good balance that we need here. All right, let's see what we got. If it wasn't for the woman in my life, I'd be dead now. Hey, Mike, straight up. Okay, let's see. We had some other stuff up here. Let's see. I also think that way. All right, Selman. All right. I want to hear from Jackie about the health benefits of garlic. I've heard so many awesome things about it. And
oh, gosh. So, I know she takes it. Who said that?
That was Mike.
Mike, okay. Yeah. Mike, I'm pretty hardcore. I don't just take the capsules, I eat the garlic clove. So, here's the thing. In college, I discovered, on my own, I guess, because I wasn't even really reading up about garlic. I know we're switching this topic, like, pretty hardcore.
Right, that's okay.
It was a comment that Mike had made. So, I was actually meal prepping for me and a friend in college. This was kind of my little side hustle that I did to make extra money in college. So a friend of mine came to me. We were kind of in this fitness groove, and she came to me. She's not lazy, but she didn't want to like cook like meal prep throughout the week. So she asked me to do it, and I kind of got free groceries out of it because I meal prep for both of us. So one of the things, I steamed like a bunch of vegetables, one of the things that I would steam was garlic. Like, you could get these big pound bags from Sam's Club of peeled garlic, so I would actually just roast those. And if you guys have never just had like roasted garlic, you're missing out, because it's actually very, very good. Like, it doesn't, it kind of takes the, when you roast it, it takes like the really, really strong, almost like spicy flavor out of it.
There's garlic powder in the Warrior Emergency.
And so I would roast those, and we would just eat the cloves. So I noticed, honestly, so many health benefits from just eating the cloves.
Is it like an onion? Like when you bite into it? Is it?
When you eat like cloves or roasted garlic, I think it tastes like a potato. Like, I really think it tastes like a potato. Like, I think it tastes like a roasted potato, in my opinion. You guys probably think I'm crazy, but one of the biggest health benefits that I noticed was skin. Like, my skin was glowing when I took garlic and when I ate garlic. But I know there's a ton of like positive immune attributes that it brings.
Ward off the vampires, man.
And but that was probably the biggest negative thing, was I would always get comments about how I smelled like garlic. Like, I was dating a guy at the time whose father, I hung out with his family pretty regularly, and his father like couldn't stand to be around me. Like, he would be like, I smell garlic, like strong, and I would just kind of like sit there. Yeah, and then everyone would be like, "Is that you?" And I'd be like, "No, it's
you bogus."
No, so that's it. That's the only thing, honestly. And I don't know how you get away from the smell, because literally that's when I started reading up on garlic, is because like it seeps through your pores. So like anytime you
that's why it wards off vampires. It
seeps through your pores. So like when you sweat, obviously you sweat 24/7. Like, even if you're not like drenched in sweat, you're perspiring.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the smell seeps through your pores. So like, even my roommates in college were like, "Man, your clothes smell like garlic. Like, everything smells like garlic."
Wow. So. Interesting, man.
Yeah.
Huh.
Honestly though, guys, like, but really,
doesn't matter.
Like,
doesn't matter.
I don't get bothered by smells, and I always kind of think it's kind of like a kind of a nitpicky thing. People who did, like, you know, like, "Oh my gosh, you smell," you know. I was like, who cares?
Right.
You know, like,
it's not,
just
because
it's
not the norm.
It's a smell, you know. But maybe I'm
Huh.
Italian, you know. We always cook with garlic or something.
Right.
Like that. Like, maybe it just doesn't bother me. So, but seriously, the positives versus the negatives, there's way more positives to negatives. So I agree. Like, just do it.
Yeah, guys, immune system boosting, skin clearing. Just go grab a garlic clove and just smash that mug.
No, it's so strong. It's so strong. I ate one clove. If you eat one, it's so, like, it burns going down.
Oh my
If you've
goodness.
never, I'm not even joking you.
What?
Like, it
Wait,
burns.
so
It
did
is
you-
that strong.
Did you cook it? Do you cook it first? Or?
I roast them. Yeah, I put a little olive oil on them, put a little salt on them, throw them in the oven, and they taste like potato meat. They taste like roasted potatoes.
Wow. That's you know, if you think about holistic stuff, that's straight like that's a whole food. That's a, you know what I mean? Like, if you were growing it, that's like grabbing it's food for you, ready to go. So dang, a little salt, a little vinegar, or what'd you say? A little salt, a little olive oil, and throw it in the oven. And she said it tastes like a potato, and I trust Jackie's taste buds because she's a foodie. So I trust her taste buds, man. So it probably tastes like a potato, like straight up. But yeah.
I love to cook. I'm a foodie, so I've tried it all.
That's interesting. The nurturing thing about Jackie is interesting too, because she's in here beasting out. I'm like, I don't know about that. But no, that is good. So yeah, guys, garlic and
My mom is Italian too. Yeah, Italians.
the Italians.
We like Italians.
Well, yeah, if you jumped on late, check this out again. We covered womenism and feminism and
Women and garlic.
and garlic. This was a wild live here, but yeah, I think it was good. We really love and appreciate you guys, and we're trying to just help everyone think differently, and that's the purpose of this. So if you do have something as well, please feel free to go live or to post something that you do yourself. We are welcoming all of that. We're not leaders, we're just literally trying to we're trying to awaken that super inside of you. So that's the purpose of all of these. That's the purpose of all of these, though, straight up, is to awaken whatever you have inside you. Because my personal belief, as I always say, is that everybody has something inside of them. If we all had the blueprint to everything, how to make computers, how to make a car, how to do blah blah blah, how to make phones, we would all have a very customized way that we would produce it. And I feel like that's the original purpose, and that's what would make life like incredibly great. John's shaking the house here. All right, but so yeah, that's the purpose. So if you caught on late, please watch this again, guys. But we love you so much, and Jackie's got to go to work, so I don't want to take too much time. We will see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this. All right.
Warriors, run!